This week on the Virtual Boys podcast.
That is a Sheikah slate. Take it. It will help guide you after your long slumber.
You're listening to the Virtual Boys podcast by Nintendo City. This podcast is done by four friends that talk about anything and everything Nintendo. Check out our website at nintendocity.com and be sure to follow us on your social network of choice. Please be sure to subscribe and share us with your friends. Oh, and please enjoy our show. Welcome back to the Virtual Boys podcast. This is episode 50. We're so far along towards 100. I'm David, accompanied today with James, Jordan, and Skylar. If you can't tell, this episode's going to be all about Zelda, because we're grunting like Link, because Link has a voice. Before we get going on our discussion, I would like to take a minute to remind you that this is essentially part 2 of our Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild discussion. Maybe technically part 3, since we did initial impressions and then we did like a review of the game. But anyway, if you haven't heard our previous thoughts about the games, be sure you go check them out, because this one's going to mostly focus on spoiler heavy material. You heard it right. This is your spoiler warning. If you have not beaten The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, turn away now and come back when you have finished it. Or if you don't care about spoilers, keep listening. We don't really mind. We can't control you.
It's up to you.
Anyway, we'll give you like 2 seconds starting now to change. Okay, now we can talk about
Ganon
Zelda.
dies.
Oh no!
I thought he could get brought back sometime, though.
No, because he gave up his power of reincarnation.
But then Zelda said, he's gone, at least for now.
Does she?
Yep, right at the end. I thought you beat this game, George.
So it's unclear if Ganondorf dies or if he's sealed away again.
That's why I was so confused, because
it is unclear.
Because he
can't be reincarnated.
He's gone. Like he's done.
Perhaps it's just what is gone is the reincarnations, but it's his mass is still around.
His malice,
his mass,
calamity.
I'm confused.
No, it's malice. His being is still around.
So he'll never be Ganondorf again. It'll just be a Ganon spirit.
He wasn't Ganondorf in this game either.
Right.
Yeah, he gave up the
he had already given up
reincarnation before.
Yeah. So,
but wasn't technically the reincarnation the malice to begin with? Because we never had Ganondorf himself being reincarnated.
I'm not sure. It's not very clear.
It's not clear at all.
Still don't know where this is in the timeline.
No.
Yeah, no idea.
Lots of ideas.
I have a couple ideas, but I'm not going to be like, all your opinions are wrong. This is what it is. I'm not going to be like.
I just like Rito because Falco was there.
That ain't Falco.
No, he wombo comboed, baby.
Wombo combo.
Yeah, baby.
Being compared to Falco is so asinine.
It's because you're worse than him, huh?
Rivali's Gale is now ready.
You're jealous. This is Falco's Gale, by the way.
Thanks, Falco.
I love the one part with, I guess we immediately shifted from Ganondorf to talking about the
we'll talk about story first, then we can talk about other
Ganondorf.
things.
But I love the one line when, after you've beaten the Divine Beast for the Rito. What's his name again?
Rivali.
Falco.
And he goes up, and every time they talk about how great Link is, and I can't believe he beat the thing, and Rivali goes, man, he did the one thing I couldn't do. I can't believe how, and then there's a pause. Incredibly lucky he is.
It's because he's Falco. Falco doesn't give
I just
credit.
want to bring up, how did the champions lose?
They died.
Well, yeah, I mean they died,
stabbed.
but how did the calamities beat them?
How did Ganon?
Or
How did they
the
beat
blights?
them?
How did the blights manage to beat them? They are all incredibly trained with their weapons, and Link is able to take them out really easily without the Master Sword.
The only one that I could see them having trouble is the Thunderblight Ganon. However, she has the helmet that she's immune to electricity and thunder.
Yeah,
how did she lose?
They don't make sense. Which blights go with which one for the weaknesses?
Rivali fought a
to death.
guy with an arm cannon.
Like, why didn't Water Blight Ganon go fight the Goron?
Actually, I can understand Rivali dying. He's not that great.
Because he'd evaporate.
I guess, but if we're going Pokemon weaknesses, water, fire. So
Is it distilled water?
honestly, the Thunderblight Ganon should have gone against Rivali for type effectiveness.
Type effectiveness. What are you going on about? So like, Thunderblight could have taken any of them out. Whether she's resistant to electricity or not. He's fast.
I mean, I guess my biggest problem is like, for the majority of the Blights, like, they're fairly easy to beat if you get their patterns down, and it just makes me wonder how champions who are champions of their race like just died to these Blights, and it seems like there wasn't much of a fight. I mean, sure, there was an element of surprise, but they had been preparing for a surprise since they became champions. They're like, oh, Ganon could return any day, and they were ready for that. So, I don't know. I think that's just a small hole, but that's okay. It helped us get Breath of the Wild and where it's at now. Anyway.
Falco was there. Fake Darunia was there.
Going into the game,
Waifu was there.
I didn't know if if they were all going to be dead or not. I mean, I didn't think they were going to be dead. And then I first went to Mipha or to the Zora. I was like, Mipha's dead. Oh crap! They must all be dead. If Mipha's dead, the one who can live the longest, they all must be dead.
Yeah, I had the same experience. I did not think that they were going to actually be dead based on what we saw in trailers and stuff.
Right.
I was like, sure, it's been 100 years, but
It made me think that Zelda was going to be dead, and I was going, hype, hype, hype. Zelda's dead. Oh, no, they didn't do that.
she's the same age because she's been sealing Ganon away the whole
It would
time.
have been so funny if she was like a super ridiculously old lady.
That was the other one I wanted. Either have her be super ridiculously old, or have her be a spirit.
You still love me?
Yeah, sugar lips. That's it. Going back to the Zora. Fish people. For life.
When did I grow that?
When did I grow that? Henry, get out of this game.
So, but as far as story, as the story goes, we talked about before that it was kind of okay story. Honestly, having the way the memories worked and how the progression in the game worked as well, it worked for the game. It really did. I think out of all of the stories, I don't know. Maybe what I'm trying to say is there were some champions I liked and some champions I didn't.
I liked all the champions.
I did too.
I thought they fit their roles pretty well.
I don't like the Goron.
Really?
You don't like
The
Daruk?
Goron kid?
Oh, the kid?
Freaking
the kid.
Freaking
the kid
terrible.
is kind of annoying, but
He's freaking terrible.
kinda. He is annoying.
Daruk's okay, but he's still a Darunia ripoff. So,
Yeah, I guess, yeah. I guess I do like all the champions. I guess I'm just thinking
Myth
of
is
the...
cool. I really like Urbosa.
their descendants or whoever
Descend-
inherits their powers.
Yeah.
Rivali's cool. I liked him a lot. He's probably my favorite.
The white one?
The
Oh,
Falcon.
no, so
Rivali himself.
we're going all over the place here. Okay, so let's talk
four
about the champions.
The guys that pilot the divine beasts that are dead.
Sidon's my favorite.
Sidon is not one of those four. Sorry, Skylar.
He's a dead man.
Let's talk about the four that pilot the divine beasts, not the ones that help you in the game. First, just first. We'll move on to those guys. They're awesome.
All right.
So, what issues did you have with the champions? The actual champions, the dead ones. Were there any issues? I liked them all. I really did.
My only issue is they didn't have a lot of screen time.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I would like more Mipha or more of the Gerudo. Daruka
I like
probably-
Urbosa.
Urbosa is the best. She's so cool. I love
Urbosa's really
Urbosa.
cool.
I like a bro.
Then why don't you marry her? I'm just kidding.
I think they could have gotten a lot further with Rivali's character development too.
Definitely.
Extremely. Best character.
Honestly, I think the weakest for me was Derek. I mean Daruk.
Derek.
Dang it, Derek. But I mean, I don't know. I guess he was a typical Goron, so
Yeah.
I guess they did that all right.
Yeah.
But Rivali was fun. Was fun because he made all those jabs. It's like, man, you have no chill, do you?
I love Rivali, man.
And Urbosa is cool because she's a strong, independent Gerudo who wants a man but can't find it. Maybe she did. I don't know.
She has a
No,
child.
she died.
Oh, she died.
I thought she had a child, though.
Maybe if Anyway,
Wait, what?
if she had a descendant, yes.
That person that's sitting on the throne.
Is she a descendant?
I thought she was.
I don't know.
I thought she was too.
Yeah, I thought she was her daughter.
No, not daughter. Not a daughter.
Bosses.
I think descendant.
Granddaughter or something.
Yeah.
Oh, it's in 100 years. Oh, yeah, you're probably right then, because she's young.
Yeah.
Unless Gerudo lived ridiculously long.
I don't think they do, except for Ganondorf. But that's a whole different story.
And Mifa.
Gnaw.
Mifa. I'm just not into Zora women. I'm sorry.
Link is.
Apparently Link is. Mifa was fine. Mifa was, they all had unique personalities, and that was good. What do you think about the voice actors?
They're okay.
Characters?
They could have been a lot better.
I think Falco was still the best. Rivali's.
I think that it would have been better if we had heard more of them instead of just the short amount that we did. But I do think that there were some improvements that could be done with the voice acting.
Please get a different
Agreed.
Zelda from now on. That
Yeah,
Zelda
you
did
don't
not-
like Zelda.
No.
Actually, okay, guys. Okay, no. I'll save that for a little later. But
You poor Zelda.
I thought Mifa was fine. I thought Daruk was okay.
Good old
Rivali
Derek.
was great.
Yeah, for me, it was like Rivali's the best, Urbosa's second,
yeah.
Mifa's third, and then Derek was last. I mean, Daruk.
You can call him Derek.
On purpose.
Freaking Derek. Derek's protection.
And I know it's fairly unpopular, but I actually really liked Zelda's voice. Like, she was very close to what I always imagined Zelda's voice being in my head.
She broke my TV. My TV can't do her pitch or whatever. It just comes out as a jumbled mess.
She's super thin and wispy.
I don't know what it is.
The voice. It's
Okay, maybe I'll say my opinion on the voice right now. So Zelda, there's times where she was okay. There could have been times where if she had the proper voice direction, I'm sorry, whoever did the voice direction, it wasn't the best. Sorry. You can hate me all you want, but if she had the proper voice direction, those okay lines would have been better. But there were moments where I was just like, that was good, like the memory where she saves Link from the Guardian, the memory with the King Harky, King of
not my
Hyrule.
daughter. I'm King Harky. Bad voice act.
We'll get to him later.
Yeah, I definitely want to talk about him.
There was another one where I really liked. I think it's the one where she gets upset at Link. I think I really like.
I didn't like that one.
No,
that was the one that made me like go. I don't like this voice actress.
I don't like Zelda. She's mean.
Now there was another one I can't remember, but then there was others that was just like, this is okay. Like, I wish they would have had better direction.
I think it was the one where she was getting upset that she didn't like have connection to the goddess or whatever when she went to go pray in the water. Mm-hmm. That one was all right.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's my opinion. But if she breaks your TV, man, I mean, I'd hold the grudge.
That's a problem.
Well, for whatever reason, her voice just echoes like insane on my TV, and everything else is fine. It's just whenever she
it's like
speaks.
In Kiki's delivery service for me. The sound system that we had at my house would always break on Kiki's frequency, like just bare. Like, it wasn't broken, but I could just hear this like high pitched squeal just in her voice. So I think I understand Jordan's frustrations here. But anyway.
How about we talk about the descendants or the
replacements,
or however
the
they're
helpers,
called.
whatever you want to call them.
The worst one is the Goron.
Sidon is awesome. The
Sidon's
Goron sucks.
so cool. Goron sucks. So it was like Sidon's best. The Naburu or the Gerudo one was second.
Yeah.
Then even though how little time you spend with the Falcon guy.
Yeah, he didn't have nearly enough time.
The Rito in general just kind of got shafted.
Yes, I agree. They should have focused a little bit more on that.
We've had this
area.
discussion before. I really think the Goron was the. Okay, I agree. Both Goron and Rito were kind of just like pushed to the side. I felt
Yeah.
like the villages were ridiculously small. The story was subpar. In my opinion, I think the Goron was worse.
Can't even
but-
remember the Goron's name.
Steve. No.
Derek and
Derek Jr.
Oh yeah, no, it's some
Was
weird
it
name.
Rodania?
Yobosu. It was some weird name.
It wasn't have a Y in it or something.
Yeah, it had a Y in
I
it.
can't remember his name.
And I was like, is this guy Chinese? Like,
His voice was so high pitched for a Goron.
Oh,
And like when that part after you complete the dungeon, and you see Derek or Daruk on top of the freaking beast, and he sees him, and he's like, yeah, and you're just like,
please make it stop.
this makes me feel uncomfortable on all sorts of levels. Stop what you're doing right now. Go sit down, think about what you're doing.
I just felt it did the Gorons wrong. It was cool to see the Rito village, but again, the guide or the helper or whatever, he just go shoot these rings. It's like wait, this is a mini game.
But
What?
getting into the Rito.
Oh, getting
That was
into the Rito
sick.
fortress.
on
was
his
so
that
good.
was so
That
awesome.
was cool.
Goron one was not nearly that good.
Well, the Goron one, I didn't understand what I had to do the first time I did it. I went and killed all the Guardians, and I'm just
That's
like,
what you're
okay.
supposed to do.
Well, I didn't know I had to shoot him at the Divine Beasts until I got all the way to the end after killing all of the Guardians, and I'm just like shooting the guy off into the distance, and I'm just like, what's going on? What's happening?
It was funny. He's like, "Don't get spotted by Guardians." I'm like, smash,
Just
smash,
kill them all. That's what
smash,
you're supposed to do.
So in my 3-heart challenge run, I didn't know that you could get double flame protection potions, and I don't have armor, so I have 3 hearts doing that really, really slow stealth mission, just downing over 100 apples.
Did you not get the potions from the Goron chieftain guy?
He gives you single
He
flame
gives you
protection.
3.
They're
They're single.
Yeah.
They helped me the whole time.
No, they don't go throughout the whole thing. Once you get to a certain point in Death Mountain,
You need level 2 flame
need level
protection.
2.
And most of the elixirs that you're given in the game that you don't cook yourself are level 1. And those can stack with, like, the shirt that you get from that one side quest or something. Like, that'll stack. But you need level
I
2.
never did
When you're
that side
naked,
quest.
you have to have a level 2 potion in order to get
I
past
did.
there.
So I beat the whole dungeon naked without
And
a
afraid.
potion.
An apple.
It was awful.
But you did it.
Yeah,
you beat
Fireblight
that
was
run, by the
horrifying
way?
because if he were to hit me,
Dun, dun, dun.
Eat all the apples. In
Did
the
you beat
whole
that run?
yeah,
Awesome. I only beat it once.
I 100%ed it, but
Hey,
I haven't beat it twice.
that's
so
amazing. Both of that is amazing.
That was insane.
So yeah, I mean, okay. So let's talk about getting into the divine beasts, like the dungeons and everything.
I think the elephant beats it all.
Oh, yes. That was the best.
And
Hands down.
I
hands
agree.
down.
You get to ride a Zora, like the back of a Zora you are riding on top.
You mount a Zora.
You mount a Zora. It's pretty great.
Yeah, it was really
so
good.
For me, it was like Zora, Rito, Desert.
And the Zora
And
one
then
has the challenge to it because the Divine Beast is actually shooting stuff at you that you can track you down that you
Yeah.
have to defeat. Like
Yeah.
those blocks of ice, you have to hit them or else they'll hit you and you have to start the cycle over again.
You're literally riding a Zora around a giant elephant shooting ice at you so you can ride up its waterfall and shoot it with electric arrows.
Oh, so cool.
It was
What?
What? It works.
But that's the kind of stuff that's so good. It's so good.
It was so much deeper than the other ones.
Sublime.
Yeah, like I thought when I got to the Rito one, because I went Zora, Rito, Goron's, Gerudo. That's the order that I went. When I got to the Rito one, I'm like, all right, I'm so excited to do this kind of same thing where I'm flying around. But instead, it was just shooting Guardian laser beams at me, and I had to shoot it with bomb arrows. It was still really cool being that high up in the air and getting to fly around on him, but it didn't have the same feeling as the elephant.
I would agree.
I still think the desert one was better than the Rito one, though.
Really?
I actually
Yeah.
really did enjoy that
I
one.
did not enjoy that
I like
one.
riding around on the.
The sand seals
The
are
sand
the
seals.
best.
She does not.
She's not a very good
respond
guide.
well to you.
In
Your character.
I didn't feel like that's why I liked the Rito one better because I was up in the air shooting the bomb arrows and I don't know, like it was easy, but it was still pretty cool and epic. The camel was just I don't know. Like, can you move like 5 more feet, please? Like,
Gotta shoot that foot
I
all the
gotta
way
shoot
out there,
over
please.
there. I guess like it wants you to get out of the barrier, and I was like, I don't want to leave.
I left the barrier.
Yeah,
I know, no,
was
I did
naked.
too. You have to. You have to leave the barrier in order to do it.
I actually died in my naked run on that part.
Yeah,
I got hit by lightning.
but don't get me wrong.
Honestly, I think that one gave me the most sense of urgency, like that I had to be careful compared to all of them, and it made me
I feel like the
like
Zora one was still more.
Well, on top of that, though, are we also including the Sheikah mission in part as part of that?
No. That's a different thing.
That's
entirely.
different.
But that's part of the story
Because the
mission.
retail one would be complete garbage if that's the case.
yeah,
Yeah. So would the Goron one.
There's the
So would the
there's the
Zora.
pre-mission to get ready to go up to the Divine Beast, and then there's the Divine Beast.
Right.
And then
Right.
you go inside the beast.
So let's talk about that pre-mission after.
So yeah, I've
after this
never
one.
lumped the two in together.
So the pre-mission before the beast, the Gerudo takes it because you do the stealth mission. I think that that's the best
loved
one.
that.
Well, can we talk about
Wait,
the Goron?
stealth?
You can just run.
Can we
Speedrunners
talk
run
about the
through it.
Goron one real quick? I know we mentioned it,
Yeah.
but just how that was the worst one getting into the dungeon. Like,
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Oh yeah, getting into the salamander beast was.
Boring.
Like I said, I
boring.
didn't know what to do. It wasn't clear to me. I would kill all the guardians, and then I'm just like, what now? What? Oh, I have to get the salamander into the volcano. Guess I better go all the way back to the beginning of this. And
Which is funny because you used the cannons beforehand.
I know I used the cannons to kill the guardians, but I didn't use them to hit the divine beast. So
Wait, you used the cannon to kill the guardians?
yeah, I aimed it at them.
I
and
just
few
used
of
the
them-
box.
I just magnesis the
Yeah,
box and
I
smashed
was like,
him to
die.
death.
Yeah, same here.
Oh, whatever. I did it the cool way.
I was like,
I didn't even think about using.
Okay, look.
cannon.
I'm like,
sorry, I'm
some
sorry.
of them line up in the right way. I hit a few of them.
Let
Had
me
to
just
kill
say
a few
this:
of them with my sword.
magnesis is the cool way, man. Smashing people with boxes.
Beautiful. So, in my opinion,
good.
it goes Zora. It's a close second, but it goes Rito, then the Gerudo, and then Goron is dead last. In the sense of into the dungeon.
Yeah,
But
'cause
I know you guys
Goron
disagree with
one
me on
was
that.
super boring.
Yeah.
Super boring.
But I could see the Gerudo one being second though. But anyway,
Yeah.
what is that?
No, just carry on.
Okay, so then we have the mission before that, the kind of the like side mission sort of thing.
Yeah, this is like the side quest to get.
Honestly, it's a no brainer. It's the Gerudo.
Koga.
Say, Master
So great.
Koga.
Well, and as far I don't know if he was for you guys, but he was fairly easy.
Well, yeah, he was.
Oh yeah, it
kinda
was an easy fight.
He was supposed to be easy. That was the thing.
But
That's
like
the joke.
he felt like an actual Zelda boss though. Did he like kind of I could see him being in
Felt
a
like-
previous game.
yeah.
Cuz he had like a way to beat him, but you had to like figure it out in a sense. Like I don't know. It wasn't just like do whatever you want. No, you had to do it in a pretty
Magnesis.
specific way.
All the magnesis in the whole world.
But anyway, I really like that boss.
He reminded me of Zant.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think Zan's better, but Koga's cool.
Koga was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I love the Yiga clan.
There's the bananas. Ooh. It's like-
Yeah, I didn't stealth through that. I just ran through it.
Really? You
Both-
just
both
ran
times.
through it?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I murdered everything.
Whoa.
I murdered them all
How did you
See
with
that?
a sword.
Wait, when did you go to the Gerudo?
Well, in your 3 heart challenge you did that, didn't you?
Yeah, I did my 3 heart. As
Yeah,
well,
but the
my
first
naked run.
time.
The very first time.
Yeah,
It was the last one.
yeah, that was my second one.
But I didn't.
But
I was
he's
still
at
at 3
3
hearts when I got
Yeah.
there. I beat the whole game with only 3 hearts.
Yeah. So, but you had to acclimate yourself to the game, right? Before you went through the
Right.
second time. Yeah. I just kind of ran.
But yeah, I murdered them all.
Ugh.
It was great.
That's amazing because I would be okay. Here we go. I have Derek with me. You know he's gonna protect me. And like he'd call his friends and be like, "Oh, I'm totally beat him." And he's a swing. Dun, dun, dun. Takes
Yeah.
1 hit. I'm dead.
Oh yeah, it got really frightening when you got to that second room and there was like a million of them with the swords.
Holy cow! I was like, okay, I'm stealthing this.
It was mostly just hit and run tactics.
You guys should watch the all dungeons run when they go through that place, because they just like get them to look at them for a second so that they all run over to one direction, and then they just bolt right behind them.
That's what I do.
They're
That's what I did.
Their line of sight is so narrow that you can just sneak past him if you use your paraglider right behind him.
That's no fun.
No.
Stab him.
Hey, that's what I did.
Yeah, shank him to death.
Hey,
That's the real
I did
challenge
find
right
their their secret stash of bananas.
That was awesome.
There's like 100 bananas in there.
You just steal all their bananas. It's so great.
So with the what are they called?
Side missions? I don't know.
The Zora, the pre-Zora
Zoras.
mission, the Lionel. So I found out my 3-heart run.
Yeah.
You can't just go to him with 20 electric arrows already. You have to go to the Lionel.
Like there's a flag up there on the
Yeah.
mountain.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hey.
So I went up there and I was like, all right, great. Now I have to go to the dungeon. And I was like, or I could fight this Lionel for fun, naked.
Oh, and you did it, and you won.
Yep.
Yeah, I fought the Lionel my first time up there.
Me too.
That was really fun.
It was hard, but I did it.
Lionels are the real bosses in this game.
Are they?
They're really well. They take
They're
a lot of
easy
hits.
to telegraph.
They're the hardest enemy in the game, though.
Of the enemies, I don't know. I think
They're harder than Hinoxes, and they're harder than Taluses.
Yeah, that is very true.
Yeah.
Taluses are nothing. They're a joke.
I still don't understand why the Lionels don't have their health appear above the screen like the Taluses and the
Well, because they're not
Hinoxes.
monsters that you're hunting. Have you done the
Right.
metal hunts?
Right, but I mean, I don't know why they didn't make it a metal hunt because there are only 20 Lionels throughout the whole game.
Right.
Just like or 40 or something.
That would
like
bring
that.
the monsters up to 100.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't just add that in, but whatever. It's okay.
Well, yeah, you gotta have a regular. You gotta have like a regular.
No, I think
enemy.
they should have been bosses.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, I hope in the next Zelda game this is something they can improve upon, is adding more overworld bosses.
Definitely. More overworld bosses
More
and more
enemies.
variety to the main enemies.
Agreed.
And I think what really hurt the variety of enemies was that they were pretty much just the same enemies in every region.
Yep.
I would like, hey, in the jungle area, that's where you find Lizalfos. You don't find Lizalfos anywhere else. So you're not, like, so it's not
so that's
easy
to be
beat
the
them
only
all.
place you find them. Oh, okay, yeah.
So every area has like 3 main enemies or something that are
See, that'd be
its own
great.
thing.
And that's not that hard
And
to do.
Zelda has such a huge amount of enemies, like already made for the series, that they could just pull some enemies from previous games. As
Totally.
well.
Or make new things.
They could do that
I like
too.
new things too. But yeah, I agree.
I will say I really enjoyed getting the Hinoxes and the Lionels back into a main Zelda title. That was really
great.
nice.
I'm glad they brought that back.
And Taluses are brand new to Breath of the Wild. They weren't in any other game before. So
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
cool.
it was pretty. When I first saw Talus, I was like, holy cow! And it took me a while to beat it. But now they're a piece of cake.
Well, I
But-
saw the rock on its head. It's like, I wonder if I can climb that.
Gosh, I can.
Gosh.
But I mean, I think the worst pre-mission is the Rito one because of the
There's nothing to
mini
do.
game. Yeah, just like shoot arrows.
So I did the Rito last.
Yeah.
That was the one I did last. And like after doing all the other 3, how long the side missions were and everything, I just got it done in one go, and I was like, that's it.
Well, technically,
We're
the
done?
Rito one was supposed to be the first one you were supposed to do.
Technically, yeah. But according to James's book, I did it in the book's order.
He did do it in the book's order,
Which is weird because I didn't even look at it.
I have the
Yeah,
guide.
but who wrote the book?
It was I mean,
It's a third party, right?
Yeah, approved by Nintendo.
Which
But
is kind of funny. But anyway, either way.
I'm not saying it's
I did that one
Nintendo who's
last.
saying it.
I had no idea. I never looked at anything before. I just kind of did the dungeon.
I know.
So-
I think it's weird, though, that Nintendo expected everyone to go to the furthest point for the first dungeon.
Yeah. That's
The
weird.
Rito really should have been the last one.
And yeah, for real.
Well,
But they'd have to make it
Either
hard.
Based on
way,
location, yeah.
Either way, I played that side mission, and it's over already. That's it. We're going. Okay, great. Whatever. I guess that's good. I suppose.
yeah.
Because after the Goron one, where we had to go save the scaredy cat wussy.
I mean, it was
Goron.
fine until I got to the like, help me. I was like,
Like,
oh,
can't you eat rocks?
No, I literally thought there was a high. I literally thought, yeah, can't you eat rocks? I thought it was a high
Yeah, you think it was a Hylian by that
Hylian,
voice.
right?
It's like,
And then it was like this fat Goron. I was like, I'm
You-
severely disappointed.
you're just like, you.
Yeah.
Anyway,
The Goron, it
it was okay.
The lead up to the dungeon itself was just really bland. It loses in both categories. Poor thing. We didn't talk about dungeons themselves, the 4 divine beasts, and how we want to rank those. I think we should definitely talk about them. I want to talk about the Goron one first, since it's fresh in my mind. I have to say that I was really disappointed that they didn't keep the darkness throughout the entire dungeon. Or that it only took until you got the map for it to open up. I think if they had kept the darkness in there a little bit longer, I would have enjoyed the dungeon a lot more. I don't know how you guys feel about that. Maybe you hate darkness.
I hated the darkness.
It was okay.
I would have been fine with the darkness if you had a lantern like in Twilight Princess, where you could just attach it to your belt.
Yeah.
Or if the illumination clothes actually illuminated stuff around you.
My
cool.
luchador outfit.
Yeah.
Luchador.
I mean, it was kind of cool. I just thought the whole dungeon as a whole was the weakest out of them, all 4 of them.
You only have 2 things you change. It's just
Yeah.
I don't
turn it
know.
90 degrees or not?
I think the elephant was the weakest one, in my opinion.
that was my favorite one.
Oh, my heart!
In fact, so the elephant was the first one I did, and after I finished that dungeon, I texted everyone how like angry I was about this game. Like, it seriously knocked the score of Zelda in my head from a 10 to a 6. I was that angry about how terrible that dungeon was. I hate the elephant dungeon.
I loved it.
It's
my
out of the
favorite.
4.
But it was also mixed in with the response that there's no real dungeons in this game.
Yeah.
It's true. No,
I
there
can
are no
see
real
that.
dungeons. Like, they're just really big shrines.
They're big shrines, but they're more boring than shrines.
They are. No, I agree.
Those shrines have more personality to them, and they have actual enemies inside them that can actually hurt you.
Yeah.
Yeah, the divine beast didn't.
And the puzzles are a little more difficult in the shrines.
Well, the shrines are optional too.
Yeah.
The shrines are better dungeons than the divine beasts are.
It's just true. But
Yeah.
I really did think the Zora elephant was my favorite.
In all
My
honesty,
favorite was the camel. Because
Camel was
that actually
good.
did something interesting.
I like the camel.
I liked the camel
I didn't
a lot.
like the camel one. I thought it was too convoluted.
I like the camel because there were so many different pieces of it that I could change, and that made me think about it more.
Yeah.
Like, this needs to be like this.
I didn't even get the second orb. I was too lazy, so I just took out all my swords and just made a line from the electric spot to the other electric spot.
That's smart. But honestly, every time I had to go to a dungeon, I was like, let's get this out of the way. You know, it wasn't... I didn't enjoy them as much. Like, the shrines, I was like, I can't wait to get to the next shrine. But when it came to the dungeons, I just didn't want to do them.
I didn't like the shrines at all. Or not the shrines, the divine beasts.
I was like, when?
Well, I didn't feel like I didn't feel like let's get it over with kind of a thing. I didn't feel like that, but they definitely are pretty weak compared to previous dungeons.
Yeah, I enjoyed them, but I have to force myself to not compare these dungeons to previous games. Like, even Skyward Sword's dungeons were better dungeons than these dungeons, and
they were
by
more
far.
It was like, it's not even a comparison. It's like, I would take a Skyward Sword dungeon over this one 10 times over getting this.
I think I would too, actually.
Especially Ancient Cistern. Man, that's a great one.
Well, even just like the worst Skyward Sword dungeon, I'll take
The
that.
first one.
The first one? The one you have to play through twice?
At least it's a dungeon.
Yeah,
The room puzzle one? I'm just kidding.
I'll take the ancient or the ocean castle from Phantom Hourglass over these divine beasts.
Ew. Okay. All right.
Okay, that's too much. That's hyperbole. You overstepped your bounds, George.
At least there's puzzles in the Ocean
true.
Kingdom.
The ones you have to do over and over and over again. I already did this once, don't have to do it again.
I think of all Zelda games, aside from like Zelda 2, because that's not a real Zelda game, or the CDI ones, this is the worst
CDI is based
dungeons
on
have been ever.
And it's still a great game though.
Outside, because the dungeons are so short, they take up almost no time.
Yeah, I played this game for 160 hours completing it, and they were probably like an hour of that, maybe.
Combined.
Yeah, combined.
Right. In
In fact, technically, the load times entering into the shrines and leaving the shrines put together probably makes more time than the entire Divine Beasts added up.
For all 120 shrines?
Yeah.
But
Wow.
probably.
I don't know about Wii U though. It's a little
The
shorter.
Wii U is fast. Wii U is fast. No, but Switch is slow.
Well, just the shrines. Just entering the shrines.
Because
Just slow on
entering the
those
shrine, it's like something. It's close to 30 seconds ish.
Yeah.
Each shrine, and then you times that over 120 shrines. It's about an hour.
It's a
Makes
lot.
sense.
That's a lot of time that you spend on that loading screen.
Yeah.
At least the loading screen is way prettier than Ukulele's loading screen.
You know,
I'm
I
not here to talk about ukulele.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I understand that they needed, or the divine beasts were used to like storytell, but I almost feel like that's where they were like, we have this story. How do we implement it into the gameplay or into the, usually how they usually put gameplay before story, and this game's definitely gameplay before story for the most part. I felt like the divine beasts were, we have the story to tell, but we don't want to build dungeons, so we'll just make these like mini shrine, or make these kind of like weak shrines kind of a thing. And that's why there wasn't so much effort put into them. But that's just my thought.
I think another problem with holding the shrines back, or not the shrines, the divine beasts back, is that there's no rooms. Everything is all just one big room. And I think that kind of takes away the feel of it being a dungeon.
Right. Not a single small key was used in that dungeon. Any of the shrine or divine beasts.
They need keys. They need doors. They need rooms. They need enemies. They need
enemies.
They need puzzles that are trying to kill you. So
Right.
not just enemies trying to kill you.
Okay.
The puzzles need to be trying to kill you.
They need themes.
They need themes.
That's the thing, because
It was Sheikah Tech and the divine beasts were all built together in the story, but there was no
that's all
unifying
right. But
theme.
that's one thing.
Right.
That's one thing.
Exactly.
It's not like it's friggin' Wind Waker, and you have like Forest Temple. Like you go into the Deku, the forest, and the whole thing is the forest, or you go to the volcano and all that stuff. It's not Twilight Princess where you go and like experience the what is it called, the Shadow Realm or all that
Twilight
stuff.
Realm, yeah.
Twilight Realm. It's not that. That's the problem. They're all the same. They're all.
Yeah, they had an
Lands.
elemental theme. One uses water, one uses
Right.
fire, one uses electricity, and one uses wind. But yeah,
uses fire by tilting, but
Yeah, that was this is the worst.
if there's one thing to change about this game, it's the dungeons.
For reals.
And I guess what they could have done if they wanted to go this way was have the divine beasts be sealed away by Ganon after a dungeon. Like there's this dungeon or something in the overworld, and at the end the divine beast is locked away by the blights or something, instead of just wandering around the overworld being controlled by the blights or something. I don't know. Just anything to give us an actual dungeon or something.
I don't know. It really makes me worried about what kind of DLC we're going to get, because they said, oh, it's going to be a new story piece with a dungeon. Is it going to be a dungeon, or is it going to be this crap?
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be
It's
the
gonna be a
divine
fifth
beast.
divine beast.
I
They're going to rewrite the whole game.
don't know about rewrite the whole game, but they'll just
Divine Beast.
it's an ant.
It's a little ant.
With a minish.
That's the reason why I haven't bought the season pass for DLC.
Because you don't know what it is
'Cause
yet.
I don't know what. Are they going to screw up dungeons again? I don't want to pay $20 for that.
Yeah. Well, here's hoping it's not. Here's hoping that it is.
I'll probably end up buying it anyway because
Hard mode.
Hard mode. But
300
Yeah.
naked hard mode.
So it's for the season pass. It's all one lump, right?
yeah,
Yeah, it's one sum for everything.
you can't
$20.
break it up.
Okay.
You can get your Switch t-shirt.
Hey.
No, burn it. If I open it in a chest, I'm selling it.
It would be really funny if you can't sell it. Because they don't let you sell the Cap of the Wild.
I think we're actually missing a dungeon. Hyrule Castle.
I liked Hyrule Castle.
I really liked Hyrule.
I like Hyrule Castle a lot.
I mean,
I loved it.
it was great. Like the feel and going to the different rooms and everything. Like this is the first time you really get to explore Hyrule Castle. That isn't, well, it is corrupted, but you can tell. Hey, this is where Zelda slept. Where did the king sleep? We'll never know.
He had his hole in the wall. Okay.
His
That's
secret
in the library.
His secret study.
Have you tried climbing to the top of Hyrule Castle?
Oh
Yes,
I have.
Yeah,
There-
and you get
the
it.
very top is a chorus.
It's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
That was creative.
I have to say, I like this Hyrule Castle more than I like Twilight Princess's Hyrule Castle.
I like this Hyrule Castle over all Hyrule Castles.
I do too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
See, this Hyrule Castle is so awesome because you get to actually explore and you find the Hylian shield in there. And like,
Oh no! Spoilers!
oops. This was a
spoiler-free!
Gosh dang it, George.
Not spoiler free, spoiler full.
Oh yeah, wait a minute.
George.
We both said the wrong word.
Well, guess what?
No, I don't want to hear.
I already told you.
You guys can keep talking about it. I'll just.
Well, we don't have to talk about it.
No, you can.
No, it's
This is a spoiler.
Well, I already
podcast.
told you it's in there. There's
Maybe
nothing you can
spoilers.
do now.
Well, okay.
Well, we mentioned
Here, I'm
it.
going to say
It's
it.
there.
I'm going to say it. Here we go. Cover your ears. So okay, so there's a Hylian shield after you beat the Stalnucks, right?
Yep.
Yep.
It's
Which is always
it's
awake.
It's really cool. It's always awake.
Huh?
Yes.
You can get it during the day.
I went there during
Oh.
the day.
I went there during night, so I didn't know. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I think it was really cool. It's just kind of like the Knights of Hyrule have this test for you. It's like, hey, you do this, you get the shield, baby. It was really.
I got a super fantastic
You
roll
did.
on my
You
shield.
did get a really good
It's like
one.
plus 51, so it's like 130 or something like that on the defense.
It's like wow.
Like,
Okay, done.
great. We're good.
All
We
right.
talked about it. Anyway, Hyrule Castle's fantastic. It
is
is
great.
the most dungeon-like area in the game.
I already knew that the shield was in there. I just don't know where it is, and I've spent the last 2 hours looking for it.
Oh,
Serious?
You haven't found it?
I haven't found it.
Wow.
I refuse to look online. On
Yeah, don't do it.
anything.
I didn't find it online either. I just stumbled into it.
Yeah.
Me
Yeah.
too.
I found it while I was Korok Seed hunting with the map open.
I accidentally found a shrine there.
There you go.
Just wandering
Yeah,
around.
that.
Like, oh, there's this fire thing. Maybe this shield is behind. Oh, nope, that's just a shrine. Dang it.
And
Whatever.
It's a major test of challenge too, which is
Yeah,
cool.
well, those aren't very hard.
Anymore.
No, not anymore. Yeah, I really enjoy. It had real music for one. So.
Yeah, the music was great in Hyrule
love
Castle.
And it was
that
different
track.
inside and out. Like,
Yeah, they
like,
changed
The
it.
transition was really cool. I loved it.
They did a really good job with Hyrule Castle.
They really did.
I love seeing Zelda's room and her study.
Yeah.
Like,
I liked seeing where the king slept.
where did I make that joke? I was
This is
just
where bad voice actors go.
okay. Are we gonna? Can we talk about the characters of King and Zelda now?
Sure. Let's move on to those.
True to CDI form.
Before we say anything, we'll start with the king. I think I told you guys, I don't know if you remember, but the voice actor for the king is the same voice actor as Brock from the Pokemon anime
Yeah.
series.
No.
Yeah, it is. From
Wow.
the original Pokemon.
They sure got the wrong guy to
Serious.
play the king. I'm just kidding.
No way.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew he had done other stuff, but I didn't know he did Brock because he's a good voice actor with Brock.
He's
he
also Sidon.
Wait, what's wrong with
Sidon
him
and the
in
king
this?
are voiced by the same person.
He's Princess Zelda, my only daughter.
You must
I
save
thought he
her.
was fine.
I really liked him.
What?
Yeah.
That is
really
a bunch
did.
of crap.
No,
That's a
honestly-
bunch
I
of
really
crap.
did. Don't.
Honestly,
He is terrible voice. That was
Oh.
terrible voice acting.
I thought he was one of the best voice actors.
Oh, it was terrible. He's the
love
way he said his lines was terrible. The way his inflections were terrible. It was just. Do you even care? like, this is you must save her, my daughter. Like it was so too bad. I don't know. Maybe that's just
guy.
my preference.
I
guy,
think he
bad gig.
sounded more real than some of the
No!
characters.
Yeah.
I really do.
No, he did not. Like he sounded fake. He sounded like he just I don't know. Like he just sounded like he was just reading. You know, in my opinion. But you guys,
My daughter.
And, you know, I
daughter.
kind of think they are all just reading.
I think so.
In my opinion, they're all just reading.
hey, you're fine. That's okay.
Freaking the king. My daughter.
You must save her.
No, you must go pray in the thing
I think
because
they
you don't
needed a-
have spirit powers. Or
I
something.
think they needed a guy who actually had a deep voice and wasn't pretending to have a deep voice. Like Jordan,
Like me. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
someone with a deep voice.
Just,
Not me.
Hyrule.
I don't have a deep voice. I don't have a deep voice. So,
My daughter.
I wouldn't
you
make
must
a
save
very
her.
good.
My daughter.
I mean-
I wouldn't make a very good Goron. Let's just say that.
but that's the king.
Maybe I should apply it to Nintendo then.
Hey, go for it. Go for it.
Sure.
Just go for it.
I already boost your voice bass a lot in the podcast anyway,
The,
so people get even more of that
That's
delicious
easy editing.
Yeah.
The character himself, I don't know, like
I
think
really I liked piecing together his character based on what you see
and what you read.
and what you see when he talks to you about what happened and how like actually sorry he is, and when he interacts with Zelda in that memory. I really enjoyed how they showed the king. Like, he was a jerk to Zelda. He's like, you should be working on your sealing powers. You don't have time for the Guardians, when she was absolutely right, and they should have been trying to figure out how to control the Guardians better. And then, he's like, yeah, I watched my kingdom fall apart, and I had to stay here until you woke up. That really sucks. And I'm like, I feel bad for you, man. You should...
Yeah.
That really sucks.
He wasn't talking to you then, was he? I'm just kidding. I liked reading this stuff a lot. I liked finding things in Hyrule. And I liked his portrayals of character. He just had a couple of funny lines as well.
It was the voice really hurt me. But the character, him as a king, like he struggled with a lot of things, and he cared about Zelda, wanted to make sure he was trying to do the what was best for her. But in the end, he came off as a jerk and everything. So I understand that.
If you didn't read a single line of text in that whole game, you would think he's a complete jerk.
It's true. Okay. So here's my thoughts on Zelda. She's my favorite Zelda out of all.
I love her to death. She is my favorite.
Well, okay, I'm not going to say I love her to death.
I love her. I love her character. I love her character design. She's awesome.
Too tight pants.
You like that butt, don't you?
Likes them too tight pants.
I don't pay attention. I'm just kidding.
Oh no!
The best Zelda is still Spirit Tracks Zelda.
Actually,
that's
no.
actually a really good point.
I like
Spirit Tracks
Tetra
Zelda.
too. So
Tetra's great.
Tetra's great. Either way, all three of these Zeldas show that they're not just like the princess
may have
that
to
thinks she
retract
can do
that statement.
everything.
Spirit Tracks.
James.
Spirit Tracks is really good.
James.
That's Zelda.
But like I was
But anyway,
saying,
I do like Zelda in
I
this
think that this Zelda, along with the Spirit Track Zelda and even Tetra, shows a Zelda that we don't see in Ocarina of Time Zelda sometimes, in Twilight Princess Zelda, where they're like, they have to be princessy. Like they're mostly worried about their king. I mean, of course, Ocarina of Time had Sheik and all of that other stuff, but
Yeah,
I don't really.
Sheik is hardcore.
Yeah, but anyway,
Sheik kills stuff.
I feel like this Zelda is way more human than I saw in Twilight Princess and even Ocarina of Time.
Twilight Princess Zelda was more monarch.
So distant.
Yeah, and very
And
distant.
she sacrifices herself in the middle of the game for Midna, so you don't see her until the end after that. So
Right.
Full of spoilers.
the game has been out for like 10 years.
Excuse me, this is spoil full.
We have
For Breath of the Wild, not Twilight Princess. I don't know what.
Not played Twilight Princess,
3
Jordan.
years. After 3 years, it doesn't matter anymore. Okay.
Sure, HD came out last year, but still.
No, we're talking about the original Twilight Princess.
No, HD just came out, Skylar. I haven't done
I
it
wasn't-
2 years.
What a freak, man! You're freaking like Dark Souls moding that game.
I know.
So, okay.
Have you beat that yet?
Can you tell you guys why I like Zelda? So, look, I take back what I said about her being my favorite Zelda. She's a great Zelda, but I think, thinking about Tetra, then thinking about Spirit Track Zelda, I think those maybe better. But when I was going through the games, going through the memories at first, I was kind of like, I don't know how I feel about Zelda, and she's okay. But then, like towards the end, especially that last memory where she protects Link, I was like, oh, man. That was got me.
I don't know. There were a few memories where she was really annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one where Link comes over and she's like investigating a shrine.
And she
then
gets
she's like,
angry.
I don't need a royal guard. Go back to...
Well,
See, that was annoying.
I hate her voice, too. It's just...
Well,
Really?
if you think about
I don't like it
the
either.
chronological
Fair enough.
order of the memories that happened, that was one of her first instances with Link after she knighted him.
Right.
Like, she knighted him, and then he's like, well, I gotta stay with you, because I'm your appointed knight, darn it. Like, I have to protect you.
So her nature is just bad, then.
Well, she thought that her dad was sending Link to her, like, against her wishes. And if you reading her journal, like she talks about that a little bit. She's like, yeah, I was really upset that he came. And then she talks about when she was almost kidnapped by the Yiga clan, where she was running away and Link saves her, and that like totally changed her view on Link.
Well, she said she felt when she yelled at him. In the journal, she said she felt bad,
Right.
because she knows he was doing his job.
I don't need a royal guard. Oh, the royal guard saved me. I love him now.
Oh, thank you so much, Professor. I'm just kidding. Wow.
I think part of the reason why, besides the voice acting, I guess this game proves that to each his own of voice acting, I suppose. But
I don't know what it was.
but I guess Skylar just hates everybody's voice in this game.
They're all bad. I'm just kidding.
Actually, Urbosa's
No,
was
Falco or
Falco's
Bosa,
good.
they're both good.
Any-
They're both
anyway.
solid.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. I think the way the story was told, like with the memories, perhaps that plays into account why some people don't like Zelda as much, because they don't see all the memories, or they don't see him in a particular very good order.
Yeah, it was
like-
like 1 minute Zelda's nice to me, the next minute Zelda hates me.
Yes.
Well, I was kind of confused because the first memory that I found was when she came back down from Mount Lanayru, and I was just like, wait, what's happening? And then I pieced it together with the other memories, but
Yeah, the first one I got was when she was yelling that she didn't need a guard.
I was like, I hate this Zelda.
That one was like close to my end, so it was like, was Zelda's my buddy? Yeah. And then all of a sudden she just hates me. And I was like, well, all right, I don't like you either then. I guess. All right, fish people, Miffa. I'm just kidding.
Oh, and the one where she's riding her horse or whatever and talking about how, I don't know, something about her.
How you trained my horse or whatever.
That one really annoyed me
You
too.
trained my horse. Now it rides my-
giving him a carrot because he deserved it.
I think this is bad writing.
That sounds like, Star Wars Episode 2 level, right? So I don't even like
See, that's the
saying
other thing is like voice direction, writing. Can we improve it slightly?
Let me feed you this pear.
Another one that I actually didn't like, and I was like, why? Was the ending. The ending was so the very ending was so like unsatisfactory in the terms of like story wise, and like the stuff she said was just kind of like, I don't know, like cheesy, I guess you could say. I don't know. Like, I just didn't like it very much.
It was really vanilla. It was a
didn't-
very vanilla Zelda game for story. Which
Yeah.
is fine.
Yeah.
They were kind of trying to recreate the feeling of the classic Zelda.
Yeah.
Which I love it for.
It's kind of hit or miss sort of thing.
And she makes this derpy face at the end where she's just like, it's so bad.
It was,
Do you know what derpy face I'm talking about?
do you really remember me? It's like, well, I did watch all the memories, so.
I do.
No, I thought it was okay. I thought the story was fine. I was more concerned about gameplay anyway.
Well, gameplay knocks it out of the park.
Oh, yeah,
it's
absolutely.
phenomenal. I mean, this game
It really is.
is so good. The story stuff to me was just kind of like a caveat, something you throw on.
A little icing on the cake.
It's not the cake, but it's the icing on the cake.
Yeah. I guess for me, I still give it a 10 out of 10, but, I just always want the story to be better. But
Yeah, I wanted there to be more artifacts left in the ruins that are scattered everywhere that give me stories, like even just short stories from people that were, killed in the calamity or
Yeah.
something. Just like something to give a little bit more life into what actually happened rather than just hearing it from, the people that moved away or whatever their stories were. Like, I think that would have helped it feel more alive. But at the same time, the entire area feels so desolate and alone, and that's kind of what they were going for with a lot of these areas. Like, something terrible happened here, and you'll never know exactly what went down. And that's kind of a vibe that, you kind of want sometimes in a story. So, I don't know. I really liked this story, but it's definitely not my favorite Zelda story. I think Skyward Sword has the best story, in my mind, because it focused heavily on story.
I think Spirit Tracks still takes
Oh,
story.
yeah, Spirit Tracks.
Everyone-
I'll just keep bringing up Spirit Tracks.
Everyone keeps forgetting Spirit Tracks.
no, I love
Well, I've only played
My
it
favorite
once
story is
because I
Twilight
borrowed it
Princess,
from a
but
friend. I should grab
That's
it.
just me.
I like Link Between Worlds and stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know. Skyward Sword kind of ruined it with me with the weird monster thing that I forgot its name.
Demise.
Yeah, I only
Or
played it.
the Imprisoned, I mean.
The Imprisoned, yeah. I only played it once.
Man,
so.
creepy thief singing too, man. Got to open that mouth. And just kind of like sound comes out. Oh, man. So every time that happened, I was like, somebody kill me! Just opens its mouth. It's like, I want to die! So much pain.
I didn't have that reaction, but okay.
She just like starts violently shaking and her mouth opens and doesn't move. It's weird.
So hopefully in the future we'll have a better story with Zelda games. I don't know. I hope they can top this game.
I think that now that they have this game under their belt, they have the engine and everything worked out, that we will be seeing dungeons and we'll be getting a more involved story. Now that Nintendo knows how they can take an open world game.
Yeah.
Open air, I guess.
I hope so. There's always that, like, margin of error for Nintendo that you have to be cautious of.
Yeah.
True.
Good
True.
point.
Well, if it's like a Galaxy 1 to Galaxy 2 improvement, it's going to be really good.
Yeah.
It's going to be really good.
Hopefully. I mean, I don't know.
Either way, I think our consensus, in fact, I know our consensus, is that we still absolutely love this game. And if you have not played it and you listen to the spoilerful episode, I guess you know exactly what's going to happen now, but you should play it still. And again, if you didn't listen to our other episodes about Breath of the Wild, you should listen to them because we talk more about gameplay and the weapon choices and all of the other things that make this game even better. Because this episode was all about story and what we liked and didn't like.
Can I ask one more question?
Sure.
Do you guys have a favorite NPC? I do. Do you guys have one?
But the one that looks like a Wada that walks around?
Nah, that's not my favorite.
Not him?
But is that your favorite?
No.
What's your guys' favorite? You have one?
I'm thinking.
I'll give you mine. Mine's Puya. Or Paya. Because she has a papaya seed birthmark on her left butt cheek.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So if you do the side quest with the ball that's there.
Oh, he hasn't found all the shrines yet.
Oh, he hasn't found all the shrines yet?
No.
Oh, never mind.
No,
Well-
go for it. I just...
Okay.
Yeah, explain to our listeners.
So so that ball is sitting right there. She's taking care of it the whole time. It gets stolen by the Yiga clan. You do that side quest. You go back and talk to her, and you say, "Tell me a little bit more about yourself." And before, she just gets embarrassed about where her name comes from, and Impa's just like, "You probably shouldn't ask a girl that question." But after the side quest, she's like, "Well, it's," and Impa blurts out, "It's on her left butt cheek." Like the birthmark, papaya seed birthmark. And she's like, "Grandma, now you know." It's like, TMI.
I forgot to...
Hey, if this thing doesn't work out with Zelda, I got you.
What's the... Okay.
I already know your secrets.
What's the name of the Sheikah researcher, that girl? What was her name?
Pudding.
Huh?
Pudding.
Something like that.
Puda.
I really liked her.
Puda or something like
I
that.
thought that she was a really funny character.
She was
She
pretty
may not
funny.
be my absolute favorite, but she comes to mind right now.
She's such a typical anime trope.
Who's your favorite NPC, Jordan? Do you have one?
I can't think of one right now.
I like the old granny in Kakariko Village. I just go to her house every time, like, "Hey, Grandma," and sell all my stuff to her. Say, "I need some suspended cash, Grandma." I just go to her, like,
She's a nice
"I'm so
boy."
grateful to buy all these rupees.
How does that old lady get so many Bokoblin guts?
Yeah.
Did you have a theory about that? Like,
That she has, like, a basement that is the spawning point for Bokoblins? So she just murders them every, like, blood moon?
Hey, I'm fine with that. It sounds good. Grandma's strong. Grandma can do it. She's my favorite. Cause she's like,
my pretty.
I like go in and like buy all the butter. She's like, "I'm so grateful." It's like, "I love you too, Grandma."
Thanks for the butter.
She was my game grandma. It was great.
I guess Sidon, does he count?
Yeah,
Sure.
Sure.
You can, yeah.
He's technically an
You don't
NPC.
play him.
All right, great.
NPC.
Yeah, he's my favorite then.
Sidon's really cool.
I like Sidon. He's like,
Or Beetle. One of the two.
Wow.
"Sa sa."
You have an energetic rhino beetle. You want this hasty elixir to trade?
No.
No.
Yes.
Give me a hearty
I've said
elixir.
yes every time.
Give me a hearty elixir.
Give me something better.
Yeah.
How about I tell you what I want?
Yeah, exactly.
And then you.
Then
That's
you
how
can-
trade works.
Trade.
Well, great. Is there anything else that we want to add to this spoiler-full episode? All right,
I think
great.
he gave me one of those, what do you call them? Omelets.
Yeah.
Give you an omelet?
He gave me an omelet.
A hearty omelet or
No,
It was a stamina omelet.
Yeah. It
'Cause
wasn't
it
toughness.
No, it wasn't toughness. Random. Because it was an Endura
I always get the same
omelet.
thing all the time.
It was
Like,
an Endura omelet.
interesting.
Yeah. Well, that'll do it for this week's episode of the Virtual Boys podcast. Thanks for joining us for our spoiler-full Zelda Breath of the Wild episode. We hope you enjoyed it. Please be sure to share us with your friends and check out our website at nintensity.com where you can find all of our social media. Is that how you say it?
Media.
Medias.
Oh, no.
Whatever. Media accounts. Well, anyway, we'll catch you next time. Thanks again for listening. Bye-bye.
Hey.
Have a good day, you people. Oh, have a. Goodbye, you good people.